Welcome to Daily Stock Market Update, and you can see Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin futures, and the gap is here around 34,165. Now, from where we are now, the gap is roughly around, let's say, 3.5 to 4% away. So this is my target. You can see my projection here around 34,165. That's what I will be looking to buy, and that's where this next level of support. You can see this white line. This is 20 EMA, and that's also coming as a support, and then there's a gap fill, so most likely Bitcoin is going to fill this gap and then look for a bounce towards the end of the year. And the target for this bounce is around here between 40 to 42k, and I think that's about it. Now if we drop below this gap, there's another gap here, this green line around 29,760. It could even come all the way down here, and that's where this white line is here, this support line. If I zoom out a bit, you can see here, support here, support here. So that's also another possibility. Okay, and even if you come all the way down, that's still going to be higher low before we go higher. But I think this time I will go with this big gap for now. That's where I will be looking to buy, and then looking for a bounce towards the end of the year, a nice rally. All right, so that's what I think crypto is looking like. And Ethereum, you can see Ethereum dropped a bit, but again very close to this white line, which is 20 EMA line, getting closer to the support. If I zoom out a bit, you can see we broke out and we never back tested this area around 1800. So we're coming for that back test here. So still it's going to be higher low. You can see massive move higher, coming back for back test. So look to buy here around here between 1850 around 1800. This is a good confluence, good support here to buy before a bounce later on. All right, so that's it for crypto, guys. Let's quickly look at traditional market. VIX again down 4%. Looking like my projection is working out. Looking for this around mid-December to late December. More sell-off on VIX, and S&P 500. Nice rally here. And let's quickly look at SPY. You can see today we had a gap up. So SPY is the cash index here. Here you go. We had a gap up, this big resistance 1, 2, 3, 4. They decided to gap up and bounce, massive bounce, price above all moving averages. Now I was expecting a gap fill, but looks like no. So the bear case is not looking possible. Looks like the next resistance is here around 456. So if you get any pullback, look to buy, but looks like I don't see any pullbacks. Higher high. RSI is also going higher. No divergence, no signs of any bearish indication. So look like from here, I don't expect to go back down. I think we are going for this next level of resistance, which is previous all-time high, and there's also a gap fill here around 456. All right. And all these green lines are the gaps to fill. 90% of the time gaps are filled. I just don't know when. Right now you can see all these moving averages are pointing to the upwards, and then the price is above all moving averages. So this is like a massive short squeeze. Looks like today was a CPI day, and massive pump happening on S&P 500. Nothing bearish about this chart. All right. Also on S&P 500, US 500, there was this Fitch downgrade on 2nd of August. Market open, and they did a Fitch downgrade, and there was a gap. Futures, very rare for futures to have a gap. So it gapped down, and now that's my target to take profit. So I think from here, the next level of profits from here, I'm looking for around, let's say around 1.7% away. 45.74, I think previous all-time high is the target, and that's going to be amazing. And then US for 1000, you can see 100, sorry, NASDAQ already filled this gap or Fitch downgrade, so we can delete this. Look at this chart, like massive, what a wonderful chart, NASDAQ 100. You can see we nailed it perfectly. You can see we broke out, back tested, and now we're just going up, straight up. Okay, massive chart. And triple Qs here, you can see here I was expecting a little bit of downward pressure because there was divergence, but you can see triple Qs is now removing divergence. Still a little bit of divergence, but if it keeps going higher, this divergence is going to fade away. The RSI is going to go higher. There's still room. Okay, I still don't see, you can see background green on RSI. I still don't have a green background, so still there's room to go higher. And triple Qs is already very close to previous high, and I think my next target is gonna be previous all-time high. So from here, those who are watching my channel, they know that I'm expecting new highs by the end of this year. So from here, this previous high is around, let's say around 6% away. Okay, so if you can hold from now, look to buy on the dip. Right now, massive move up. We again you can see another gap up on triple Q's Nasdaq. If we get any dips, any you can go to 1 hour chart. If we get any cool down, that's gonna be a good buying opportunity. People are waiting. You can see gap up. People are waiting to get in. Market makers are playing games. They're not gonna give people chance to wait. It just looks like they just want to go straight up. All right. So all the indicators are looking like there's still room to go higher. All right. That's on triple Qs. Let's quickly look at Dow Jones and US and IWM, Russell 2000. Dow Jones, again, you can see gap up above these moving averages. Nothing bearish about this chart. Next to targets are these yellow lines, 349.9 and 352. IWM, massive gain, almost 5.5%. Look at, you can see this pump. Price move, all moving averages. Now this next resistance is around right here around 179.84. Then all these yellow lines are gaps to fill. So you can see, you can look to buy any pullbacks, and you can see right now Russell 2000 is also above this trend line, white trend line. So everything is looking very good for small caps. All right, let's go back to other sectors. Gold. You can see I nailed this very nicely. I was saying this is the buy zone. You can, if I zoom out a bit, you can just see this whole area broke out, back testing, and now looks like gold wants to go higher, maybe to new all-time high. Silver also massive candle, almost 3% up. And you can see here also silver is looking very bullish, and we really want silver to go above this white trend line. If that happens, and also this 200 EMA dark blue line, that's the next resistance. So looking for massive pump. Natural gas down 3%. I told yesterday there was a gap up. Now we're getting very close to filling this gap. So if it comes tomorrow to fill this gap, or also this trend line, that's going to be a nice area to buy natural gas. Crude oil just consolidating, looks like just backtest, and it's finding support on this 200 EMA, the dark blue line. So it broke out yesterday, just still holding it above there. But if it falls, then that's bearish, and next target will be here around 73.74. I'm still bearish on crude oil. Dollar index going down, which is bullish for gold. Massive downside move. Surprisingly, Bitcoin also going down. Dollar is also going down. I don't know why, but this is good news that stock market should go up. Let's quickly look at tech stocks very quick. Starting with Apple, massive move, breakout, another gap up. Looks like it wants to go straight higher to new all-time high. That's quite possible. It's seasonality wise, it's very bullish. So any pullbacks, look to buy. Looking for new highs. All these yellow lines are the gaps to fill to the top. Tesla 6% up, another gap up. So looks like Tesla wants to fill this next gap, which is around 242. Then there's another gap around 291. Also, just remember any pullbacks, look to buy. There's a gap down here. So if you come down to 224, look to buy it. Also, they're gonna be announcing Cybertruck end of this month, so we could go straight up. Okay, keep that in mind. Netflix looking for this next target 475. Microsoft new highs. And there's an ex-dividend date, which is tomorrow. So today you should have bought Microsoft, take advantage of that. But again, another gap up, and like I see, it's a new high. I don't see any divergences on Microsoft, which is a very good news. So one of the biggest stocks is looking very nice and very bullish. So sky's the limit right now. All right. Google up 1.34%, gap up. Next target 140. Meta, Facebook also gap up. Next targets are here around, if I zoom out, here you go. It's going to be around 357 to 362. Amazon also looking very bullish. Sorry, let me just adjust these charts very quickly. Out of it here. Next targets are here. Actually, it's already a new high, short-term high. I don't see any divergences on RSI. So look to buy any pullbacks if you get any pullback. But overall, chart is looking bullish, and so far S&P 500 is going to go higher, so this is going to drag all big tech sectors with it. Snowflake's up 4.5%, gap up. Next two targets are here, 176 and 185. NVDA new highs, almost new high. I don't see any divergences yet, so let's see if it can keep going high. AMD up another 2.6%, gap up. So overall tech is looking very bullish, and Be careful shorting tech. All right, so Toronto Stock Exchange also very bullish, 1.6% up. Looks like this one also gapped up. Yep, so we gotta put a downwards gap in green here. So we're gonna put it green here. Go back to daily chart. And looking like I don't think we're gonna get this pullback, which we was expecting. So look to buy any pullback if you get, but I don't know. There are other two gaps to the top side. Hang Seng Index also bullish. You can see here if I zoom out, Hang Seng Index, it's now above these moving averages, and you can see it's above this 50 daily SMA line, and this gap is filled. So we're gonna delete this green line. And now looks like the next resistance is here around 89.34. Bond looking bullish. You can see breakout of this downwards line, dotted line, back test, and now just going high. Now right on resistance, could consolidate here, and then it's gonna go bounce. Commodities, copper was in the buy box, bouncing. Palladium up 3% in the buy box, going higher. Wheat a little bit down, but right in the buy zone right now. Corn also in the resistance area, wait for it to break out. Soybeans uh, going higher from the buy box. Sugar looking for this backtest of this trend line. Cane is the ETF, and Newmont Mine 5% higher, gap up. All these gaps are the gaps to fill to the top side. This is the biggest gold miner. Gold miner GDX looks like this gap is filled, so we can delete this yellow line. So you can see here, looking perfect backtest. I had this gap here, backtest, and now going higher. So gold miners are looking really, really bullish. Look at sectors, XLK, new highs, new all-time high, no divergence on RSI. This is a bullish chart. Sky's the limit. Energy sector perfectly playing out, going higher. A couple of gaps to the fill. Healthcare sector back above this white trend line, which is very good news. Although we have a gap down, any downwards move, look to buy the dips. Utilities, massive pump. It came to this buy zone, going higher. Industrial, also, wow, what a massive pump. So I don't think we're gonna get this gap down or this gap fill soon. So there are other two gaps to fill to the upside. These gaps will be filled, but maybe at a later day next year. Next year, who knows? Financials, real estate, 5.4%, massive real estate sector, massive pump after lower inflation. All these gaps are there to the fill to the upside. Financials close above this white trend line, so looking for higher prices, back above this trend line. So again, financials are looking really, really bullish as well. So look to buy any dips. KRE, regional bank ETF, also looks like it doesn't want to fill this gap. So we got to be just, I don't. So just it doesn't need to fill now. We can go fill these gaps first and then come down. So just remember there's a gap and that gap will be filled. I just don't know when. Shopify, massive gap up and looking very bullish. Nothing else to say. Any dips around 62.43 is a good area to buy. Alright guys, hope this was helpful. Please hit the like button on your way out. Now we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.